Hello, today is Monday, May 22nd, 2023, and this is episode 5 of the Breaks Down podcast, powered by 528 Collectibles. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It took us about 18 hours to get all of these cameras set up and the mics and everything, but we're alive, we're here, we're doing well. Still not certain what camera to look at, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so to address the elephant in the room, you can now see what we look like. Hopefully we are not as hideous as you may have imagined based on our made-for-radio voices. But we'll start today's episode with the naming rights available for purchase. One big thing, Tom, since you spent about 2.5 hours just now setting up all these cameras, do you want to go first?
Sure, I will go first. My one big thing of the week is a pardon if I mess up the pronunciation. Google was not much of a help. But it's Folarin Balogun committing to play for the USA men's national team for soccer. He's an Arsenal prodigy. He's currently on loan in France. He just broke the record for most goals scored by an American in a major league, or a top 5 league, I should say. So not the MLS. He's the striker that we so desperately needed in this World Cup. He is everything we need. Him and Ricardo Pepi up top is going to be incredible for everything going forward. I've been on this hype train for months now, pretty much. And right after the World Cup, I did a 2026 projected roster because someone asked me to, and he was on it, and I am thrilled. He's electric. If you haven't seen him, you need to look him up. He's probably, I don't want to say it, but he could realistically be the best striker we've ever had.
I don't think that's much of a stretch.
For those
that don't know, sorry to interrupt.
It's okay.
He was born in New York City and moved to England, I think, when he was 3, where he learned to play soccer. He was born to Nigerian parents, I believe, so he was eligible to represent 3 countries at senior level, and he just declared, like you said, for the U.S. going forward.
Yeah, I didn't want to disrespect Deuce, Clint Dempsey, or Landon, who played striker at times for us. They deserve some love, so I didn't want to put him as the best right away, but he certainly could be very easily.
Only American to ever reach the 20-goal plateau in a top 5 league in Europe.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. It's huge for us as a country, as a developing soccer country, or football, wherever you're listening. It's soccer for us, but yeah, it's very exciting. And that's my one really super important thing, naming rights to be determined later.
Well, actually, to go off that, there's no way that we see a 2-striker formation in the future consistently, right? There's too much talent in the midfield and out wide, even though we now have, in theory, 2 better strikers than we've ever had, potentially at one time at the next World Cup.
Yes, you're probably right. I don't know how you get the 2 of them on the field together. It's just because who are you taking out? You're going to take out Timo Weah, you're going to take out McKennie, Pulisic, Reyna, Aronson, Adams. There's 2, we are at the point where you're going to have to sit good players. I don't know if, because Pulisic's more of a winger. He's not an outside midfielder. He's not going to really track back and defend in the way that a conventional midfielder would. He's an attacker. So, and I mean, I think Reyna's best served at in the middle of the pitch. So not as a winger. Cam. I think he's better as a cam. But even still, if you put him as a cam, who are you taking out? Musa, you're going to take out McKennie, you're going to take out Musa. Exactly.
He
Musa's
had a
so good.
Fantastic World Cup.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. So that's going to be the issue. And Pepe's on a tear, should have been at the World Cup. Yeah. Berhalter, total botch job.
Imagine bringing Ferreira instead.
Yeah, and playing him the most embarrassing 45 minutes of the entire World Cup. That's, we all knew would happen. He had, 5 goals against Grenada in qualifying, and all of a sudden he's a mainstay.
Yeah.
It was...
undroppable.
Yeah, and it was... Yeah. So...
Coach doesn't have a job. I mean, It's not hard to figure out why.
Yes. So, I don't know. We're in a position where it's the best problem to have.
Oh, yeah. This is what separates where we finally got to, where 1 through 11, it's pretty solid. But now we have depth to compete with. Sorry, 1 through 9.
Either way. Yeah. But if you're...
11?
It's 11 including the goalie.
Yeah, okay.
But
I
it's
just had a brain fart. I was like, am I getting the wrong football?
Yeah, no. So it's I guess the question is, if you're starting Balogun up top, no two striker system. Is that where you're leaning?
No two strikers? Yeah, I don't think you can. I mean, Adams is undroppable.
Absolutely. Crucial.
Yeah, Pulisic when healthy, undroppable as like a left winger. Weah was really good on the right side.
I have a hard time. Well,
best team on the field, it's Reyna.
Yeah, I don't know where he fits in. That's the problem.
It would probably have to be
over McKennie,
or like over Aronson as like a shadow striker / almost like our De Bruyne kind of.
Or you run the double pivot, have Adams and Musa drop back. McKennie would have to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them is going to have to.
It's McKennie and Musa would probably be alternating. And I think, I don't know.
And Musa has an engine like a train. He will play all games. So even if it's someone plays 2/3 of every start, it's probably not going to be him that comes off.
Yeah, you're right. And although he was getting tired, I mean,
because he was playing an entire World Cup games.
He's 19.
He might be 20
he's
now.
20 now.
I think so.
Yeah, so it's a good problem to have, and there's injuries, and we were like remarkably healthy this World Cup, with the exception of Josh Sargent in the final game, and like Pulisic with his like hip groin got hit in the balls injury. But yeah, it'll be. I'm very excited for this summer with the Gold Cup and the Nations League, and seeing what squads we trot out in each tournament. If the A squad goes to both, if you split it up half A, half B for both, or if you just commit all out for one and just tank the other. Tank the other. Our B squad is still the top of CONCACAF, arguably, or top 3 of CONCACAF for sure. So it's an exciting time.
2 summers ago, we did the A squad for 2 and the B squad for 1, right?
What's the third?
It was Gold Cup, Nations League, and
qualifying.
No, it wasn't qualifying. Yeah, it was qualifying.
Well, yeah,
I guess it must have been.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think. Well, there's also going to be. That's not this summer though. We got invited to the South American tournament.
The Copa.
Yeah, Copa America. Yeah. So but that's not this summer.
No, it's next summer, I think.
Yeah, which is huge because we don't have to qualify.
Yeah, and we get to play some of the best teams in the world.
That too.
Reigning champions.
Yeah. So that's my one really big thing. We can get more into what we think the team should do going forward another time, but we could probably do a whole episode about it. But
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. So on to yours.
My one big thing is centered around the fact that I bought 2K23 today.
Big mistake. Worst game of all time.
It's the first 2K game that I've bought since 2K18, which is the one with Shaq and Kyrie on the cover. Kyrie on the regular edition, Shaq on the Legend edition that I bought digitally, so I never saw.
I don't know how they keep getting away with that.
No, so I've invested, after tax, about $76 into the game, which I could have gotten a hard copy of at Best Buy or Target for $20, but...
Does your console even have a disc drive?
It does, yeah.
Okay, well, a lot of them don't. But...
No, I was really convinced that I would not need one, and I don't know why my PlayStation has one, why I got one with a disc drive. I think it was because the guy that I paid to do a bot to get a PlayStation 5, that was just the only one the first one he happened to get.
I think mine has it because I think it was just availability, because like you just couldn't get one.
Yeah.
Narain still doesn't have one.
Shout out Frankie.
Yes, our resident expert Narain. He'll be on soon.
So yeah, I'm in for the cost of the game. I already set aside some dough to spend on VC so that I can get my player as high as I can right off the bat without playing a single second.
Yes.
And I expect to be thoroughly disappointed.
You're gonna get like
mad
a few hours of
entertainment,
not even of playtime. You're not gonna enjoy your time. You might enjoy making your player.
I probably will.
You probably will.
That's usually the most fun part.
You will be like, whoa, the city's so big, so exciting. And then you're going to realize that to get from point A to point B, it takes like an hour and a half.
I don't care about the city. I have no one to play with. So.
No, but you go to the city, you have to do the city to progress.
Oh, to go to like games and stuff?
To do games and do missions and stuff.
That.
Yeah, like you have to. It's like... It's the worst. It is so bad. Like, we talked about this, I think, either last episode or the one before, that, like, this is a big make or break year for Madden.
Yeah.
This is, like, big make or break year for 2K, Madden, NHL. Like,
Yeah.
I'm running out of patience with all three of those games.
Yeah, EA Sports.
And Call of Duty,
and
for what it's worth.
So, with EA, Madden and NHL, obviously, and FIFA, I am terrified that they're going to mess up the college football game.
Are you scared that they're going to mess up FIFA?
No, I mean, FIFA's stale.
It is stale.
All their effort goes into Ultimate Team. Career mode, they have made more additions than I think any other recent EA game across sports. So at a certain point, beggars can't be choosers, and I got to take that I can create a club now.
I think
With
sure, but also
no low sponsorship on the jersey.
Well, now it's going to be.
I can somewhat edit a stadium.
Yeah, but with the split from FIFA.
I don't know. I don't exactly know how that's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be like PES, where it's all generic, and if it's a licensing thing or if it's just the title.
PES just had Juve for a while, right?
And Bayern Munich, they had the Camp Nou.
But Bayern was
in FIFA too. It wasn't an exclusive.
They had both. Okay, I was going to say.
But they do have the exclusive for some stadiums, or they did. So like the new camp was not in FIFA. It was just like Barcelona Stadium.
Yeah, that's something that I've been there, actually.
That's really cool.
In real life, yeah.
Did you go to the museum?
I did. It was really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was really cool. But in game, it doesn't bother me that it's not there.
But I didn't really notice it for the first few FIFAs I played.
Yeah, but either way, big breaking point. It's time for these games to just improve.
Yeah, and 2K was awesome.
It used to be amazing.
To 2K13 and even through 16, but at a certain point, they changed it totally so that the players just feel way too big. There's no space, and it's ridiculous because there's never been more space in basketball.
It's like playing with the Knicks every game. That's how the Knicks look when they play. Yes.
Yes, you're playing.
The court is just so congested. You can't do anything. If you God forbid you try to steal the ball, it's a foul every time. if you drive, help defense comes and then the help recovers immediately. There's no winning. There's yes, for all of you fanatics out there are ways to game the system or to game the game, for lack of a better term, to make it so you are good at the game. Like, if you glitch it and do all the glitch plays and run actual offense and do all of that stuff, which,
yeah, but I don't suck.
No, it's not a matter of sucking.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you mean as a person?
Yes.
Yes, fair enough. Although, someone I know, I hope he doesn't listen to this, he does that, and he's a nice, very good guy. But he plays, online. He'll play against people, and he's, real good at the game. But, it's like in Madden, you learn all the plays that work. Yeah. It's a very similar idea. But that's the problem.
It's boring.
Yeah, it's boring. If I'm playing with Kyrie Irving, I should be able to dice somebody up.
100%.
I should be. Also, even the fast players don't feel fast because the court feels so small.
Yeah.
And God forbid you jump in the air and try to throw a pass, you're throwing it into the 15th row.
You can't go laterally, really, at all.
No, it's so clunky and broken. It is just horrific.
There's no baseline drives.
No, it is nothing like real basketball.
No, not at all.
It doesn't feel like it.
And it doesn't feel like a video game either.
No, it
feels like a really bad attempt at real life physics. And that's the direction Madden is heading in, and it stinks because it's a video game. I want to feel like I'm playing a video game. I don't need to feel like this is a simulation of actual football or basketball.
Yes. Yeah, I think also though the yes, you're right. Having it be a replica of real life sports and the exact same physics and have it run the same way, it doesn't work. I'm not playing a video game to feel like I'm in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm playing a video game to imagine how it feels like to be in the NBA. I need to be a superhuman athlete. I need to be able to do things at a higher level than is possible to equate in a video game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
If I'm LeBron James in a video game, I shouldn't feel like Joe Schmo
Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles. I shouldn't feel
Nay
like
Schmo.
Yeah, yes, formerly known as Schmo. I shouldn't feel like Joe Ingles out there. It's not right.
No, you should feel springy, like you're
It's
basically.
And God forbid you try to dunk on someone.
Oh, not possible.
You know, it's impossible.
Possible.
It's a worthless game. I think, unless there are major changes, you've had it for what 8 hours? Have you even played?
No, I haven't played.
I haven't played yet, and I'm already sick of it. You haven't even played yet, and I'm sick of it. So,
well, okay, I will give 2K some props because at least they put a lot into career mode.
Yeah, they try.
Yeah, but they're the only game that goes too far with it.
Yeah, yes.
The Spike Lee produced career was terrible.
I don't even know how he got away with that.
No,
do you think he tried?
So bad.
Do you think he tried?
Yeah, 100%.
Was that the one with Freak?
I think Freck, yeah.
God, that's
frequency vibrations.
So bad.
The one with the worst, and you couldn't skip any of the cutscenes.
No, at all. The one with Michael B. Jordan wasn't so bad.
No, that one was cool. Yeah.
I mean,
I think that was after.
But that was stupid, though. Like, why?
They're all stupid.
Orange juice. What is
OJ? Yeah, fresh squeeze.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It's really bad. Yeah.
How did who do they have behind
that young man's game?
Who they got thinking of these things?
It wasn't 40 Acres and a Mule Productions on that one, I don't think.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all.
When you make a career on 2K, do you always do Knicks?
I don't even know if you can choose.
Can you still? I think you used to not be able to, but you kind of could, because you could, if you wanted to go to like a really good team, you could foul out in like the prospects game, and then you would interview with 3 teams, and then you could tank 2 of them.
I don't remember how I did it, but I think I ended up on like the Pacers. I think I had my choice. You can choose
now. I used to a lot of times go to either the Clippers or the Lakers, because then I would pretend like my character in Grand Theft Auto was just my 2K ball hooper.
Well, you have a very active imagination. But for me, I think I have a hard time choosing my teams because I don't want to play myself over some of my favorite guys. Fair. So like in MLB The Show, I made a third baseman because I don't care if he plays over Josh Donaldson. But I certainly would make a right fielder. Yeah. Yeah, or a shortstop.
Because then buried on the depth chart.
Yeah, so it's a fine line, but yeah, I go both ways with
it. So on the closing note, EA is going to ruin the college football game, and it's going to be the death of me.
They should just reprint the old ones.
100%.
Give it a roster update.
Yeah. Same 2014 physics engine. Yeah. I will be the happiest customer.
That physics engine is better than the one they use today.
Absolutely.
Not to go back down the road.
Same with every Madden before the last generation Xbox came out. Yeah. It got really bad after they made the transition out of the 360 era, but they did add players with dreads have loose dreads and not just a ponytail, the same ponytail for every player with dreads. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And then they added tattoos. Odell had tattoos. He's the only player still in Madden with tattoos.
They did that in 2K. They made the hair and sweat mechanics really good.
I have seen pictures.
If you play with like Jalen Brunson, his hair bounces around and stuff.
So I'm excited to blow $100 more on VC. And
you're gonna be the meme of like when they show an NBA player who blew all his, like Jordan Clarkson's the one that they always say blew all his money on VC points because his rookie year he had just like a buzz cut and no tattoos. Then like 5 years in he had just full sleeves and a headband and everything. Yeah,
I was picturing like the clown getting ready step by step meme at first.
Yeah,
like buys 2K, like gets hopes up.
Yeah,
putting on like the white face paint.
I think it's like the Joker meme.
Yeah. No, not the Joker.
No,
not the Joker one. Not the like Joker looking in the mirror. There's a different clown meme. Okay, we'll save that for the clown meme episode.
Yeah, we'll have a full app coming up on that.
Speaking of clowns, you know what doesn't really get talked about ever now? The 2016 clown craze.
Oh my God!
Right?
When they were just chasing people around.
Yes.
Yeah, we were in college for that. I remember being like
scared. I was scared.
I was alarmed. I definitely was like...
I never saw one.
I never saw one either, but it was a real thing, real enough that I thought about it.
My college sent an email about it out.
Oh, I don't think mine ever acknowledged.
They were like, if you see a clown, call campus security immediately.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a ridiculous time. There's been, that's an alternate timeline or something. That wasn't supposed to happen. Glitch in the Matrix type of thing.
And nobody talks about it.
No. There's a lot of things like that. We'll do another ep on that, too.
Yeah.
We'll get back to it.
The Celtics are dead, and the Lakers are dead.
Yeah. I was saying earlier, it's shaping up as though the NBA playoffs should just be a 5-game series. Because when you're down 3-0, you're dead. They said 149 teams have been down 3-0 in the
143.
NBA. 143? Are you sure?
No.
I think they said this would be 150.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me. Either way, 140 plus, we'll call it. And 0 of them have ever come back.
None of them. From 3-0, yeah.
So, obviously they're making a ton more money this way to make it a 7-game series, but it's sad. Well, it's also sad we're in the conference finals. This should be theoretically the 4 best teams in the league.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 sweeps.
Yeah, and I saw the Lakers Nuggets one coming. I thought the Nuggets would easily handle the Lakers. I thought the Heat had a chance because of how well they played the Knicks and how good Spoelstra is, but I didn't think they were going to embarrass the Celtics like this.
No, yeah.
Missoula's, they extended him in the middle of the season, and every report is saying that he's on his way out.
It's not his fault. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he'll be a good coach at some point.
I think he's a good basketball mind, and he implemented a very good system that was beneficial to the team itself throughout the season and at times, but it's just his in-game adjustments aren't there.
Literally.
Literally.
It's not even that they're not up to a certain level.
No,
they don't exist.
Just not there. I think that some of that is on the Celtics because they should have brought in an associate head coach of some sort. When Steve Nash was obviously he's not a success story, but when he was the Nets head coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni as the associate head coach. The Knicks have Tibbs and they have Johnny Bryant as the associate head coach.
They used to have Woodson, right?
And they had Woodson, exactly. And before he went to Indiana.
But Tibbs isn't Missoula.
No, he's not. And but they still brought in a guy to help him out in areas that he's lacking.
Yeah.
Obviously it didn't help the Knicks offense all that much, but that's what you do. You bring in guys to cover up for your head coach's weaknesses. Who's the Broncos head coach? They have to bring in guys to keep track of the clock for him.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name right now.
Can't hack it.
Yeah, Hackett. What was his first name?
Nate.
Nathaniel Hackett, yeah. Nathaniel Hackett could not hack it.
No.
Confirmed. New after week 1, too.
Yeah, when they lost on the road to Seattle.
Had to be the worst head coach I've ever seen. I think he's worse than Gase.
What about Urban Meyer?
Urban Meyer was kicking his players. You're right.
Urban Meyer signed Tebow a month into the job.
Oh, come on now. You know I love Tebow.
Everybody loves Tebow, but
I am all for bringing in Tebow. He's a character guy.
Bring him onto the staff or something.
Let him compete.
Or just let him show up. You don't have to sign him.
I don't think it was guaranteed money.
No, it wasn't.
Guaranteed money?
No.
Just give him a chance. He gave him a chance. Didn't work out.
Yeah, nothing worked out for him.
For who? Urban?
For Urban Meyer.
No.
In the NFL.
No. You're right. He was the worst NFL head coach I've ever seen.
And
that was really bad.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
I expected it to be terrible, and it totally surpassed my wildest imagination. They get wild.
You were all over that one. To your credit, you were all over that being a disaster from day one.
There's certain hires that just scream, this is going to be really bad. The Bears hired Mark Trestman from the CFL.
Yeah.
It was never going to work.
Mm-mm.
To the Celtics' credit.
No, Missoula wasn't a bad hire. Necessarily.
He wasn't even really a hire.
He was the best they had in a bad situation with Udoka.
And they did a pretty good job of somewhat laying on the sword to keep the details of what happened with Ime as under wraps as they could.
Yeah.
Out of respect to him and his family.
To their credit, they made the best out of a bad situation, but
The extension was a mistake.
The extension was a mistake, but it's hard to say with hindsight. I bet at the time, if we look back at all the reports, it's everyone saying it was such a good call. Because at that time, he did seem like a good coach, and I think the players like him, and he has a good basketball mind. He played at a very high level. I know he played in college. Maybe
at Westville, I think.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure he had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea?
Cup of coffee.
Yeah, either way, in some European league or the NBA. But so he obviously knows the game. It's just he's not all the way there. But you go into the playoffs with him having an interim tag. I mean, I guess.
No, he was the permanent head coach.
No, I know. I'm saying, would you have just left the interim tag on him the whole year?
I don't really know.
How do you
what goes into the decision to extend him? I don't know if it's this is a great deal for us because this guy's going to be an awesome coach. I don't know if it's we're going to give him an extension so that he has some peace of mind so he can focus entirely on basketball.
Yeah.
So I don't really know the answer to that, but I would if it's not if they didn't think it was going to mess with his head to be on the interim tag, I probably wouldn't have extended him. You can still he's probably not gonna shop around offers if he bows out in a competitive conference final series.
It could even just be optics. Having him lead you to the two seed?
3 seed.
2 seed?
2 seed.
Yeah, the 2 seed, and not making him the permanent coach is kind of unheard of.
Yeah, but it's one thing if that they hire somebody else as opposed to just not having him be the permanent coach.
But has that ever happened? Where someone went the whole year, had really good success, and they left the interim tag, and then just that was that?
Didn't Pat Riley take over from one of the Van Gundys just before the playoffs one year in Miami?
I don't remember.
I think he did.
That could be right. But that's different though.
Everything with Pat Riley is different.
Yeah, but it's also was I think it's probably Stan.
I think Stan.
Yeah, I think it was Stan. But was Stan the interim at the time?
No, Stan was the head coach.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. It's an example of how you could handle a situation, but have we ever seen this exact scenario happen where an interim coach had great success throughout a whole regular season and was not given the full-time job?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Neither can I. So there's kind of precedent set that this is how it's done, and the Celtics were just, I don't know. I think it's hard to say. I guess my point is that it's hard to say that the extension was a bad decision given what they knew at the time. But I think if he's really not the guy, sticking with the bad decision solely because you made the bad decision is doubling down on it is the ultimate mistake.
You got to cut the opportunity cost.
Yes. You can't just
sunk cost.
Yeah, sunk cost. You can't just stick with him because you did it. You have to. If he's not the guy, you got to let him go, even with the multi-year extension.
And how hard is it to find Joe Mazzulla's on the open market? He was a 36-year-old, was never a head coach before.
No, it's not. It's a matter of you just sign him to a multi-year extension and then you're going to fire him.
No, I agree. I'm just saying
it shouldn't be hard to replace him. There's a lot of good head coaches out there. I heard.
No. I'm saying not even to replace him, to replace Joe Mazzulla with Joe Mazzulla.
Oh, with another assistant or associate head coach.
Yeah, how hard is it to find a coach of even if hypothetically you didn't extend him and he walked at the end of the season? I'm saying for another job, which he wouldn't have done, I'm sure. But how hard would it be to find a coach of equal?
He probably has someone on his
capacity.
Staff. He probably has someone on his staff.
That staff did get kind of rated, so that's why some of the veteran coaching voices aren't really there for him.
That's true.
And it's weird because Brad Stevens is still in the building.
You think he should have come down from his office?
Brad Stevens is an awesome coach. I don't think he plans to.
I don't know that he is an awesome coach.
I would say he's an awesome coach.
What did he do? What did he do in the NBA?
He led them to the playoffs almost every season.
Yeah.
Conference finals twice.
Awesome coach?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty comfortable sticking with awesome coach.
he didn't
was a good coach. He was a really good coach from basically the time he got there.
I could give you
and left as a really good
I could
coach.
give you good, or I'd give you good.
He's a little overrated, maybe.
Yeah. Awesome. Like, who's awesome? Pop and Spo?
I think they're fantastic.
Okay, so now we're just grading on a different scale.
It's certainly, I'm not saying he's near those guys, but he's probably in the next bracket.
You put him on like the Tibbs tier?
Yeah,
Monty Williams?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd put him on the Tibbs tier.
I don't really, like, maybe Nurse is in betweener somehow.
Yeah.
Because I'm high on Nick Nurse, but not as high as Spo or Pop.
Yes. I think Nick Nurse, I think there's probably a tier in between. Nick Nurse might be the only one on it. I don't know. Where do you put Bud?
Probably the same level.
As Nick Nurse?
No.
As Tibbs.
Probably below Nick Nurse.
Tibbs, Brad Stevens. Yeah, so it might just be Nick Nurse, unless we're forgetting someone, which we definitely are.
I expect Nick Nurse to be the next coach of the Celtics. I have no information.
What about Doc? They could bring back Doc.
They're not going to bring back Doc. There's no way.
They could bring back Doc.
Who was it that said Ime, when he was appointed, was the first African-American head coach in Celtics?
I remember
it was Jay Williams. It was Jay Williams.
Yes,
definitely
Jay
Williams.
Yes. It was absolutely Jay Williams. I think he deleted it shortly after.
100%.
Yeah, it was like...
I think I've had more than anybody.
Yeah, it was like not even close to being true. Didn't Bill Russell coach them?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not even like I don't know who told him that, but like he did not.
It's a bad miss.
Yes, not even close. But yeah.
I mean, what do the Celtics do from here? Jaylen Brown was second team All NBA, so he's eligible for the Supermax. It's going to be like $50 million a year. They're going to be paying 9 figures to him and Tatum alone. He's going to sign it. I'm sure they're going to give it to him.
I think they should trade him.
To where? We were talking earlier today about Portland being a possibility.
I think they should I think he's unhappy.
JB?
I think he's like simmering under the surface. He's been in his press conferences, he's alluded to being unhappy or like just not thrilled. Yeah, a few times now. Whether it's he's not getting the ball or just like there's a few things where he's not been thrilled, and I think he just maybe wants to be the number one guy.
He's been bad.
I don't know that he deserves to be, and well, no. I have always said that I don't think he's going to be a good number one option.
Some team will be happy to make him one, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't... Yes, and I think they will be unhappy with their decision in the end. But
where would you rank him, though, in the NBA hierarchy?
Of players?
He's probably top 14?
No.
It seems high, but think about it.
No way. I can't. No way. There's no way. It's... Let's see. I need to look this up. Just to have it in front of me. I already saw it, but just off the top of my head, I only saw Giannis.
Yeah, I agree.
Jokic.
Without question.
Embiid.
Absolutely.
Durant.
Yeah.
LeBron.
Inarguable.
AD.
Yeah. I mean, when healthy.
Steph.
Yeah.
Dame. Dude.
Starting...
Dame averaged a career high in points and efficiency this year. Career high. He averaged 32 points a game.
That team was horrible.
It doesn't matter. He was the most efficient he's ever been. It's not low efficiency, high numbers. That is high efficiency, high numbers. Dame is, if anything, getting better.
Tatum definitely would put.
Yeah, Tatum. Let's see who else we got. Luka.
Yeah.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
Booker.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell. Maybe.
Now we're getting neck and neck. You could really... The order from here on out, I think...
Then it's arguable. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, Paul George.
And in terms of trade value, there's an argument for some of the other guys we said. Because of age, health concerns, consistency issues.
Yeah.
I know I said best.
So
they're two different discussions.
Did I say Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Ja?
Yeah, I think so.
Not being dumb aside?
Probably.
Like, Josh definitely.
So he's what, in the like 14 to 18?
I'll give him top 20.
Territory.
Sure, top 20.
I think an argument can be made for top 15.
What about Brunson?
Too. I would probably take Brunson, but
what about De'Aaron Fox? Sabonis.
I would probably take. I don't know.
Randall.
I'd probably take Brunson over at least half those guys, comfortably.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'd take Shai over.
So now we're almost pushing him out of the top 20.
Well, we're naming guys that there's an argument for, but I would have him over at least probably 6 of the guys that we've named.
You would have him over 6 of the guys?
Not in the top, not the first guys, but some of the like more recent names.
Like De'Aaron Fox, Clutch Player of the Year,
Sabonis.
All NBA Sabonis.
So is Brown.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. So the argument is there.
Yeah.
There is certainly an argument for him to be there, but I'm saying there's also an argument for him to not even be in the top 20.
Yeah, I mean it's certainly more clouded after the stinker he's put on in the playoffs.
But it's also.
But he was one of the better wings in the league going into the playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean there's also maybe not this year, but like I'm sure there's people who put Trae Young over him. I didn't even name him yet.
That's ridiculous, though.
It is and it isn't. Because
it's ridiculous.
What has he done that Trae Young hasn't? Led his team to a conference finals? Done.
Made it to a finals.
Yeah, but they lost.
I know, it's further.
Yeah, all right, fine. Either way. But he was number 2 option, though.
Trae
led his team to the conference.
I don't think there's many people arguing
with a
legitimate argument that Trae Young is more of a winning player than
Well, no, because he doesn't play defense.
And he was really not that. I mean, he was super inefficient this year, Trae Young.
Yeah, he didn't have a good year. Not after this year, but there's a legitimate argument that he's not a top 20 player.
But there's also an argument that he's a top 15 player.
Yeah. But do you want a guy who has never been a number 1 option for a whole season, who could arguably be who could be the 21st best player in the NBA? You're going to give him $50 million and have him lead your franchise? Because at his peak, not right now.
At his peak, he's a 30-point per game guy.
But so is Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine's a number 1 guy for a franchise.
Yeah, but they're not winning.
They're a playoff team.
Is that enough?
Depends who you are and what you're looking for and how you've been. If you had told...
What was even the initial question you asked me?
What are the Celtics going to do? Jaylen Brown's a free agent.
Trade him.
So where?
Portland could work. I liked your Portland idea.
The idea I threw out earlier, sorry to interrupt,
go on,
was a couple possibilities. So Portland...
Not for Dame. I hate that trade, but go on.
Portland has the 3rd pick in the draft. Very unlucky in the draft lottery. They obviously have Dame. They have Anthony Simons. Those are probably the biggest...
That's
maybe
really
the only trade pieces.
Are those 3.
Maybe some expirings. I don't really know what Nurkic's deal is. Shaedon Sharp's good.
Yeah, he's an asset.
And I threw out the possibility maybe a trade centered around some combination of Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, 3rd overall pick, potentially Robert Williams, Damian Lillard, and Anthony Simons. Obviously not all of those players included in the deal, just mixing and matching a little bit. So maybe Jaylen Brown for Dame straight up, maybe Jaylen Brown for Simons and the 3rd overall pick straight up, maybe Brown and Smart packaged for Dame, something like that.
I don't think there's any scenario where they trade Dame for a player like... I mean, I could be wrong, but for a player like Jaylen Brown. Because if you're trading Dame, you're keeping the 3rd pick.
It depends.
Why would you want Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart?
It depends on what they think of Simons and what they think the trajectory of their team could be if they add a wing. Because they desperately need one, and they've been vocal about wanting to acquire one.
So you run out there with Simons, Smart, and Jaylen Brown, and Nurkic, and that's the team, and whoever you get with the 3rd overall pick. Wouldn't you rather with Jaylen Brown on whatever you said, $50 million?
Yeah. Well, no, it wouldn't be 50. Well, if it's a sign and trade, which I guess it would be, because he's probably going to sign the Supermax.
Yeah, it would be a sign and trade. I think you trade Dame and you tear it down, and you let Anthony Simons lead the rebuild, give him whatever he wants. He's pretty good.
Well, in one situation, it's letting him lead a rebuild. In another, it could be handing him the keys to the team.
Yeah, but okay, even still, if you're not handing him the keys, you're handing Jaylen Brown the keys.
I guess I get what you're saying.
I think if you trade Dame, then you tear it down. I think if you trade the third pick, like what did you say? You said Simons in the third pick for Jaylen Brown. I don't know if the Celtics do that because they might though.
Yeah,
because
they need a playmaker.
Yeah, you're getting
really
a
bad.
playmaking guard and you're a shooter, and the third overall pick
who could also
be a contributor right away.
Yeah,
and there's what's his face? Oh, I can't remember his name. The wing from I think Alabama. Brandon Miller. Could be awesome day one, and could be the third pick.
And if he goes top 2, then you have Scoot falling to you.
Yeah, I think that's a good trade for both sides.
I agree.
No, I think it's a bad trade for Portland. What does Jaylen Brown? Does Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart next to Dame? What is that? That doesn't make them a contender.
No, but I think it makes them a better team.
Yeah, it makes them better. But
they're probably not gonna ever be a contender.
So
with Dame, I mean, how else are they gonna get
Embiid?
What they consider to be a legitimate number 2?
Embiid.
So what? Like Simons in the third for Embiid?
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be really fun.
They'd have to get rid of Nurkic somehow.
My guess is that Boston would be more likely to trade Brown than Philly would be to trade Embiid.
I'm talking in the scenario that Embiid forces his way out, because I don't know where the Sixers go from here.
I don't either. I mean, it's a waiting game to see what they're going to do with Harden.
So, Celtics, I think they should trade Jaylen Brown. I don't know what their free agent situation is otherwise. Is Derek White under contract? Is Brogdon under contract? I think also. So. They just extended Robert Williams. Grant Williams is... If you extend Jaylen Brown, can you even afford Grant Williams?
They're not going to bring back Grant Williams, I don't think.
But... Okay, so you let Grant Williams walk. Al Horford's 38, turning 38. Like not getting any younger. It's tough because like the window is realistically closing for a lot of these teams, like that were legitimate contenders this year, with the exception of like the Bucks,
the Nuggets,
and they're still in it. But I'm talking teams that are out or going to be out. Like the Heat's window isn't closing. The Nuggets window is, if anything, opening wider. The Lakers, I don't know what to make of the Lakers.
I expect the Lakers team to look largely similar next year.
I don't know how they said all the reports are that they're going to bring back Rui and Reeves, but I don't know. I think some team's going to throw the bag at Reeves.
I agree.
And he might deserve it.
He's been awesome.
He's like way better than I ever imagined he would.
Him too, I'm sure.
At first, maybe I'd like to think he believed in himself, but
not if he's playing these new age 2K games.
That's true. You're right. But I think, I don't know. I don't know what a lot of these teams do. It'll be a really interesting offseason. I think there always is, but there's going to be a ton of movement.
So, for what it's worth, during the 2005 offseason, it was widely speculated that Pat Riley was attempting to run Van Gundy out of his coaching job and take over the job himself. In December, 21 games into the season, Van Gundy retired, citing a need to spend more time with his family. And Pat Riley took over as head coach and led the Heat to their first title at the end of the year. And in Shaq's book, Shaq Uncut My Story,
how haven't I read that?
He said, Stan got fired because Pat wanted to take over, not because I wanted him out. I had no control over it. Not a smidgen of control.
You think Shaq uses the word smidgen? I think he does.
My guess is Tom Verducci or whoever wrote this probably.
But I think I might have heard him say smidgen before.
Maybe after that.
Yeah, it's possible.
But you should read the book.
You've read it?
No.
Oh, I'd like to read it. I didn't know it existed, honestly, until right this second. But was it called Shaq Uncorked?
Uncut.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Uncorked would be really good.
I don't know why that would be it, but yeah.
Do you have anything else on NBA talk?
My pick, I think the Nuggets win it all. I think Spo is the best coach in the NBA. I think Jimmy's ceiling or Jimmy's status as a top X player, I don't know where Jimmy belongs.
10.
But it feels like he deserves to be higher.
It does, but he doesn't have the consistency as some other guys.
Yeah, in the playoffs. Playoff Jimmy is a top 5 player.
Without question.
Yeah. So, those are just my final thoughts. I think... I never thought the Heat were going to win, but I did bet the Nuggets to win at like plus 2,000. So, that's exciting.
Nice. They were that high odds.
Yeah. No one believed in them because they were like the Jazz. It's until you show not the current Jazz, the old Jazz, who were like a great regular season team and just didn't do it in the playoffs, or like
which
you never
old Jazz are you talking about? The 90s?
No.
Like,
most recent Donovan Mitchell, Gobert Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah. Before they tore it down, when they'd win 50 games in the regular season and then get the playoffs, and no one thought they were going to win.
Yeah.
So the Nuggets are just getting over that hump, and I think the odds makers thought they wouldn't. I think it's probably the underrating of Jokic. I mean, he is unreal.
He's the best player in the world.
And I don't know that it's really close right now.
No, in terms of impact on a game.
He just does everything.
And he keeps them hot all the time because
he's such a good passer.
If they're in a rut, he will always find somebody for an open shot.
He's such a smart... He's like a point guard.
He's the best passing big man
ever.
Twice as good as anybody else.
Yeah.
Vlade.
Arvydas Sabonis, too. DeMontis' dad.
Yeah.
Very good passer. Excellent passer. And Kevin Love's excellent outlet passer.
The best outlet ever.
Yeah.
Do you remember the sports science?
No, but wait, okay, you go with the sport. Are you going to go into the sports science?
No, it was Kevin Love just for like 2 hours trying full court shots.
No, I did not know that about that sports science. But no, it's Wes Unseld, also an excellent outlet passer. Kevin Love's middle name is Wesley after Wes Unseld because his dad played with Wes Unseld.
That's cool. I didn't know Kevin Love's dad was a pro basketball player.
I don't know if it was in the NBA or college, but I know they played together, and I think he's his godfather. Wes Unseld is Kevin Love's godfather.
That's super cool.
I think so.
I had no idea.
I'm like 99% sure.
It's like
I
Steve
could look
Nash,
it up.
RJ Barrett.
Yeah. I forgot about that until you just said it.
Really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. So you want to go on to awards?
Yeah.
You want to start?
Yeah. My first award is it's called the 2007 Playoff Joe Torre Award. Do you have any idea what this might be awarded for?
2007 Playoff Joe Torre Award. It could be... Can I have one hint? Is it going to a coach?
Yeah.
Okay, so someone who just doesn't care anymore, really, and it's probably time to hang it up?
Very close. Good guess. Not close, but a great guess.
Wait, so then I have to guess who it is?
Well, that's not what it's for.
Oh, okay. Fine. Tell me what it's for.
Okay, so if you remember, in the 2007 ALDS, the Yankees went down against, at the time, the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, and Hal Steinbrenner said that if the Yankees lose tonight, then we don't expect to bring Joe Torre back.
Mm-hmm.
They won to extend his career as Yankees manager one game, and then they lost the series the night after that. They offered him some intentionally insulting $1 million a year deal.
Mm-hmm.
He said no, did not step into the dugout as the Yankees manager ever again.
Yeah.
And it is going essentially to somebody in a very similar position. Lose and thank you for your service. The door's that way. We'll call you an Uber.
Missoula?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they're going to get swept.
Not identical, but yeah.
No, I mean, it's not public, but...
I was thinking old man. I was trying to think of who's the oldest coach right now.
No,
There's not that many.
It's the coach that is basically one loss from his tenure in his current position being over. Kaput.
Okay. I like that. I forgot about that story, though. I was thinking of how Girardi got shepherded in right after it. I just couldn't make the connection of where you were going with it. But yeah, Missoula. Good award.
I mean, I had to specify that it was the 07 so
Yes.
that your mind didn't go to Bigelow.
Yeah.
If it was just the Joe Torre award.
If you don't chew Bigelow tea, then fuck you. Drink Bigelow tea. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. There you go.
If you don't drink Big Red.
If you don't drink Big Red, then piss off. All right. My first award. They're 2 lamps. You should get both of them. The first is the Get Out of Here, You Stupid Dumb Animal award. Do you know what that's from? It's from SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Get out of here, you stupid dumb animal. Alright. Yeah, that's my first award.
I hope it doesn't go to Kai.
It's not going to Kai. It is not going to Kai. It's going to a...
Is it going to Mage?
No, it is not. It's not going to an actual animal.
Okay.
It is going to a baseball player.
This sounds like an Aaron Hicks award.
It is the Aaron Hicks award. The Yankees cut ties. And I'm so happy. And I wish him the best, but man, he has made me so unhappy for so long now. And he deserves to get out of here, you stupid dumb animal.
It's fascinating how bad he became.
I feel bad for him because there's actually injury that like sapped him of all his power. It's that wrist injury that killed Teixeira's power too. It's real, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt for so long.
Years.
Yeah, I did. I hoped he would turn it around, and I hoped he would be some sort of valuable asset for the team. But it just got untenable, and then it honestly the turning point for me when it stopped being like he's our guy, like rah rah whatever, was when he started complaining. It's just like, dude, play better.
Yeah, don't stink.
You like don't publicly complain when you're playing bad.
No one wants to hear a sob story.
No, especially not for the Yankees. Like no one cares. So it was time, and he's friends with Judge, like good friends, from what I understand. And now it's one less Aaron with the Yankees, which is
True.
weird because we had
3
for sure the most in the MLB.
Without
Probably
question.
still the most, but yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to get rid of Hicks.
And when they're on Fox, they have, I think, does Aaron Andrews do?
I don't know if Aaron
baseball.
counts. I don't know if Aaron counts. Aaron.
So my second award is the New School Bully Award. Do you want to guess what this is for?
The new school. Okay. It's going to a player
Yes. Well,
who
it's going to an
yes.
athlete.
Okay, yeah, an athlete who cyberbullies people.
No.
Okay. That's what I imagine new school bullying to be. It's just
No. It's a bully that has just transferred to a new school.
Okay, so he's at a new school. He just rolled up to his new school and he immediately shoved some kid into his locker.
Pretty much.
Okay. What sport?
Golf.
Is it Brooks?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get. Oh, because he's on live now and he comes
Yep.
back. Okay.
Just shows up,
Yeah. All right. Comes back.
takes his gloves out of his trunk if he can even find them for how few rounds he plays.
Blake of the year. Also.
Blake of the Year, yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. So yeah, he's the first live golfer to win a major.
Okay. Yeah.
It's his 5th major. He has 4 non-major PGA wins.
Yeah. I think he's won the PGA Championship 3 times. Also.
And I expect PGA stands to be freaking out. I don't know if they are. I think
they
you're
are.
more plugged in than I am with some PGA dimple heads.
I don't know that there's. Did you just come up with dimple heads, or is
I
that
don't
a
think
thing?
so.
Okay.
I think I've heard that.
I've never heard that one before. Dimple heads. That's hilarious. I think it's not. Liv hasn't like done anything.
No
No one really
no
cares.
viewership.
They just paid all these guys all this money, and
The best thing to happen to Liv has been people getting upset about their existence.
yeah. So I don't think anyone really cares except PGA. I don't think PGA fans care. I think
there's purists that
yeah,
are
maybe
getting pretty mad.
Yeah, like I'm sure like Tiger Woods isn't thrilled, but like also Brooks is hilarious. Have you heard what his
Brooks
takes
is
on
awesome.
golf? He just says it's like
he's-
too long.
Yeah,
He gets bored
He said
after
they should cut out some of the holes.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's you're right. New school bully. in multiple ways. I like that.
Showed up and
And
shoved the PGA into a locker.
I saw something that hit this win. He made like 2% of what he made by going to live.
I think he made $100 million.
Yeah, and I think he made $2 million from this tournament. It's just good business.
It's great business.
Yeah.
And all he cares about is the majors anyway.
True. I mean, and that's all anyone cares about, really. It's like championships.
Yeah.
In other sports, it's no one cares. I mean, if he wins the Alamo tournament out east, or what was it, the Waste Management?
I love that.
No one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares who wins the Waste Management.
WM Phoenix Open.
Yeah, it's like cool for like real golf fans and they watch it and I guess they care, and it matters in the standings and all that. But like all time ranking of golfers, all
no one's
that matters
bringing it up
is
on your
majors.
resume. Yeah.
No, all that matters is majors. So good for you, Brooks, and that's a good award.
Thank you.
All right, now my second award. This could go multiple ways, but I think you'll read my mind on this. I'm giving out the Puff Daddy Award.
My guess is this is going to somebody that has changed their name multiple times.
No, you're not. You're not on the same page as me. I'll give you one more guess. It's not okay. It's a little obscure. Is
it somebody coming home?
It is somebody coming home.
Okay.
But it is someone who already came home. I have something in my eye. I apologize, all of our viewers. But it is someone who already came home and recently made a big decision.
Balogun?
No, can't be Balogun. He's a basketball player. It is... Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It is Carmelo Anthony, who retired today.
Why is that coming home? That was my first
iconic
thought,
commercial. The iconic commercial of the...
What, his first game?
Mm-hmm. For him coming back to the Knicks and coming home to New York. That
with the quote about in New York we have a court every block.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all we know.
It's like the cool. Like Melo says, he still watches it to this day because it's
That's awesome.
It's like the coolest commercial of all time.
I'm gonna miss Mel. I got him on my computer right here.
Yeah,
The greatest Olympian in U.S. history.
And so that is why basketball.
I said what I said.
You meant what you said?
I am certainly not going to take back what I said.
Michael Phelps, if you're listening, I'm very sorry.
Michael Phelps, if you're listening, we are way bigger than we thought.
That's very fair. But yeah, Puff Daddy Award goes to Melo. Respect. I hated that we traded for Melo. I still do. I wish he had just waited till the offseason and signed, but he had to get his bag, which is whatever. I'm not counting his money. You got to do what you got to do, but our core would have been so much better if he had just signed with us. But he is the only star of that caliber to be willing to come to New York and try to win.
He's the last guy to want to be the guy.
Yeah. Like,
that takes stones.
KD and Kyrie shied away and went to the Nets. Randall and Brunson are both stars. They're not superstars at the height of their powers either, like Melo was. Melo won a scoring title. He chose to, and Amari too. Shout out Amari, but he wasn't quite of the caliber that Melo was. But Melo took the challenge, and he carried this team in a similar way that Brunson did this year. And I think that's commendable, and it's sad to see him retire.
I have a couple things. I don't want to shit on Melo, but you know how many more playoff series he won as a Knick than Brunson?
1? 0?
0.
No, but also, though, the roster building around him wasn't great.
I'm not criticizing Melo. I actually forgot until I was like doing some Wikipedia research into Melo, which brings up my second point.
Okay.
You know how long he was on Portland for?
Season and a half?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I remembered it in my mind as like 20 games.
That was how long he was with Houston for. was like 20 games.
I remember Portland as super short cup of tea also.
No, he came back in the middle of the year. And
That
then,
I remember.
And then another
I don't
year.
remember him staying the second year.
He was good both years. I think he was better the second year. And then he was pretty good last year, too.
For the Lakers, yeah.
He would average like 13 a game.
I think so.
Yeah, Melo could still go out there and get you 20 if you wanted him to. You wouldn't win, but he could get you 20.
And my third point, did you see my Twitter assault of Kevin Durant from the podcast Twitter account?
Yes, I did. Yeah, Kevin Durant will both simultaneously get a lot of love and respect from this podcast while also catching so many strays and so much hate. It's
just the game.
Yeah, goes both ways because he's so good, and we know he's so good. No one ever questions his talent or even like
you can't
his ability to win because he is a winner. He just chose the Nets, which sucks, and he went to the Warriors. And he went to the Warriors. So it's like kind of unforgivable. And until he does something like LeBron going back to Cleveland, people are gonna feel this way about him.
We're gonna need books upon books on what went into the decision to go from playing with Steph, Clay, and Iguodala to this is my guy, Kyrie. Let's go.
I think they're buddies.
I'm sure they're still buddies.
I think they still are, and I think
people that play with Kyrie generally like Kyrie. It's very weird.
I've never heard
Luka is really the only guy that seems to not like Kyrie.
Yeah, I've never really heard any teammates talk badly about Kyrie, with the exception of I think some Nets players were unhappy that he wasn't around.
Even
a whole media
Tatum and
story.
Brunson still talk highly of Kyrie.
Brunson?
Brown.
I was like, I
JB.
thought there was a teammate thing there that I missed, but either way, yeah, no, from everything you hear, Kyrie's not a bad guy. He's his teammates like him. He seems like a nice enough guy.
All the fans hate him.
Yeah, he just doesn't. From how it seems is he just doesn't care about basketball.
Yeah,
he cares about other arguably more important things.
But this goes back even before COVID and social unrest, because when he was on the Celtics fans couldn't stand him.
Oh yeah, that was bad. I think that was bad with the Celtics because he announced in front of everybody. He's
if
I'm
they'll
coming
have
back.
me back,
Yeah.
I'm staying.
Yeah, and then he left
and couldn't wait to get out.
Yeah,
Had elective surgery and missed the playoffs.
Yeah, that team was good though.
Really good.
Yeah,
they made it to the conference finals without him.
If Gordon Hayward didn't get hurt, we could be talking about
2 minutes of his career.
We could be talking about I don't know if I want to say it. One of the better teams that we've seen recently.
Single season?
Yeah, the four of those guys. Was Horford still there? Or did he go to Philly that year?
Horford was in Philly.
He might have been in Philly that year.
I think so. They had Tice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Either way, that core was really good. But we were kind of deprived of that a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that we give a shit about the Celtics, but as NBA and basketball fans,
I liked Kyrie back then.
Like to see good teams. Yeah, I had no issues with Kyrie. I still really don't. He's just kind of annoying sometimes.
Really annoying.
Yeah, and especially as when he was on the Nets, he really pissed me off more. And you watch him and you're you are so
really, really good,
so unbelievably good that we just wish you cared a little bit.
Tightest handles probably ever.
I don't even know who's in second.
Maybe Jay Crossover.
Could be. He had a loose handle though.
It's true. He just did wacky stuff.
Yeah, he just was wild. He had a crazy handle. You weren't taking it. No, he has no. Jaylen Brown has no bag.
2 dribble guy, and that's it.
Have you seen the videos of Josh Giddey that he doesn't do moves? He just runs at people. I think he acknowledged it, but I'll show you it after the pod. But he literally just dribbles around in circles and just dribbles past people, and it's just how are you letting this happen? But yeah, really funny. Giddy up.
You ready for some trivia?
I guess so.
So
for the viewers, this is blind. I don't know the topic, so bear with me. I apologize if it's not great.
So for this one, 1 through 5, most wins of the 2009 New York Yankees.
Most wins as a starting pitcher?
Starting pitcher.
What year?
2009. CC's first year.
CC? Oh, in order? Am I going in order? Or just I'm naming
Ideally.
the top 5?
I'll tell you where they are. CC's 1.
AJ Burnett.
AJ Burnett is 3.
Pettit.
Pettit's 2.
Phil Hughes
is 5.
So I'm missing 3.
You're missing 4.
4. Is it someone weird?
Define weird.
It's not Jabba.
It's Java.
It is Jabba.
It is Java.
All right, that was quick. All right, thanks,
No
viewers.
hints.
Yeah, that was good. All right. I
was
love that
easy.
team.
Yeah.
You want to give me another from that year? Let's see if I can do it.
From what, the 09 Yankees?
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
yeah, sure.
I love that team.
You want to do home runs?
Yeah. What are we doing? Top 5?
Yeah.
All right. Teixeira.
Yeah, 39. He's first by 9.
A-Rod.
Yep, second with 30. Third
Swisher.
is cool. Third is cool, yeah. Third is Nick Swisher with 29.
Damon.
Not Johnny Damon. He's 6th with 24.
Cano.
Cano's 5th with 25.
Who played Matsui?
Yeah, World Series MVP.
All right. Man.
Nice.
That was good. I like this trivia. All right. All right. You want to call it?
Yeah, I think so. That was fun.
All right. Thanks for coming to our first video podcast, guys. I'm still looking at the wrong camera. Haven't looked at the right one at all this whole time, but we'll improve. Thank you.